A list of confirmed companies coming to E3. Well,
Great.
aren't you excited?
No, but okay.
I actually first saw this from Spawnwave's Twitter.
Okay.
Let me beep. I'm opening the Discord for some reason. So here's the list that I saw. Activision, Amazon Game Studios,
That's
Bandai
interesting.
Namco, Bethesda, Capcom, Epic Games, Calypso Media Group, NC Soft, RDS Industries, Sega, Square Enix, Take-Two, Tencent, THQ Nordic, Ubisoft, Unnamed VR, Warner Brothers, and Xseed.
Okay.
And those all seem like companies that we could expect to see.
Yeah, those are like repeat visitors to E3. Like they were there last year.
Yes.
Um, and they're here again this year.
Notable exclusions are Microsoft and
Yes.
Sony and Nintendo.
Well, we knew Sony wasn't coming.
Correct. But part of the reason why I included this was because we were wondering if Microsoft counted as being part of E3 because they're at the Microsoft Theater.
Right, which is right next door to the LA Convention Center.
Yeah, so I think this proves that they don't count as coming to E3.
Right.
But they're next to E3. They're
Phil
like
Spencer did say that Microsoft would have a presence at E3, but I think by that he meant they were going to do what they did this year, have a press conference and then something at the Microsoft Theater.
right. That's what I'm I think that they're not trading hands with the ESA at all. They're doing their own thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they must do something with the ESA because they're literally right next door, and a lot of the things that are outside of the Staples Center bleed into the things that are outside of the Microsoft theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're there. They have the presence there, but it's like they're like they're tailgating,
Basically.
which I think is fine.
Yeah.
The less people going to E3, the better. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I had as a separate story at first, but it's in this article. Where did it go? There was a tweet from Geoff Keighley. Geoff Keighley is also not going to be at E3.
Yes, Mr. E3 himself.
Oh, here it is. He said, he did one of those little note,
yeah,
little screenshots of the notes. I want to share some important news about my plans at E3 2020. A statement from Geoff Keighley on E3. He wrote his own name. He said that in he said that in third person. For the past 25 years, I have attended every electronic entertainment expo. Covering, hosting, and sharing E3 has always been a highlight of my year, not to mention a defining part of my career. I've debated what to say about E3 2020. While I want to support the developers who will showcase their work, I also need to be open and honest with you, the fans, about precisely what to expect from me. I have made the difficult decision to decline to produce E3 Coliseum, which I guess was his thing.
Yeah.
For the first time in 25 years, I will not be participating in E3. I look forward to supporting the industry in other ways and at other events in the future. I think it's cool that he says decline. That means he was invited and said no thank you. And I look forward to supporting the industry in other ways and other events in the future. I think that's another FU to E3.
Yeah.
And I'm being like this because Geoff Keighley was one of the people who was in the doxing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Last year, E3, oopsies, they spilled everybody's information online, their addresses and phone numbers. Everybody, all of the media attending E3. So Geoff Keighley's like, screw you guys. I'm not supporting you. You are a terrible organization. And that's that.
IGN followed up with him in a separate article. They say Keighley didn't specify exactly what the show couldn't deliver for fans, referencing his note. But it's likely that Sony's lack of involvement in E3 this year, as well as other developers' competing events, would form a major part of that difficulty. When asked if companies not taking part in the show were a primary motivation for stepping away, Keighley explained the lack of unity was a contributing factor, but there were a lot of other things that played into my decision.
So I
like
still
probably
think,
getting doxxed.
Yeah, I think it's getting doxxed. But I mean, it could be that he's working with Sony and Sony's doing something around the same time.
Well, Sony did something last year on their own too. They weren't a part of E3.
Yeah.
EA hasn't been a part of E3 in years.
It could be working with somebody else, but I think that it's most likely the doxing. Yeah. And I think many more influencers and industry people should drop out of E3 specifically for that reason, because they all got effed and the ESA needs to get effed back.
Yeah.
You know, there's no E3 without the media, right? To report on it. Right?
I mean, yeah. Well, E3 was made for the media.
Yeah.
And, you know, they basically said, screw the media.
These companies can release all the stuff on their own, too.
Yeah.
They don't need the media, but they also don't need E3 for that either. E3, it's not like they have a social media presence. It's the media that comes that has the social media presence. The ESA does not have the media presence. The companies themselves, like Microsoft and PlayStation and Nintendo, they have their own media presence. So they could just release all the stuff on their own. Nobody needs E3.
I mean, if they were to find a way to reformat it so it'd be more like a true convention, like a Comic-Con or even a Gamescom or PAX, then they might stand a chance, because those conventions are in a similar situation. Companies can just release information on their own to YouTube or Twitter or whatever, but these are places where people can go and like experience the games and get a hands-on with it, you know, for themselves before they actually go out and play them and buy them. And also too, is a great way to like interact with other like-minded fans. E3, you know, it acts like it's one of those, but at the same time, it also acts like it's not. It acts like it's this super elite special club that you're lucky if you're a part of. And if you are a part of it, well, you're going to have to abide by our very archaic rule set.
They should scrap the whole thing and just be PAX. Just partner with PAX, make a PAX in LA at the same time as E3.
Yeah.
Because E3 now is just a time where everybody releases all of their information. The convention doesn't even matter anymore because you don't need to be there in order to do anything.
Yeah.
There's also companies that release demos that day and date that you can play at home, which is awesome. They're trying to be more like PAX, but PAX does it better because PAX has always been the way it is. You know, like E3 is this like big prestigious event where you get to preview games, but it's not prestigious if you let everybody in.
Yeah.
But they're still trying to be prestigious. They're still trying to be like a secret club, but not secret anymore. So it's like either be the secret club or be PAX. Don't be the middle. You're trying to. It's in a weird transitionary period, and they're not going all in. You know, be all in or not at all.